I stayed up way later than I should have. Then I had to do things this morning. I did not mean to hit that button. I meant to hit that button. Give. We are halfway through our Alexandrite grind. East Shroud. I was today years old when I realized I could do that. Up there. I might need to get some coffee or some other caffeine shortly. Yeah, it's like right here. Dig. How often have I been literally right on top of it lately? Okay, that one, I admit, I didn't dodge, but also it's dead. That's 30. I'll take a detour into Gridania at this point. Hopefully tonight you can sleep well though. Gunbreaker unlocked. Hollow Falls. Is right there. This is up Hollow Falls. Conspicuous lack of the creatures aside, it's quite a beautiful place. Now then, a person we're to meet should be along shortly. Told there were those who wish to learn about Louis Fa. You should one of them be but the champion of Urza. Well met. I am Lieutenant Cyril Fulk of the Order of the Twin Adder. Nononji, at your service. Thank you for sparing the time to speak with us. Think nothing of it. I must say, though, that Lieutenant Aubrey chose the perfect spot for the subject matter. Louis Farmer spent much time in rumination here in the days before the calamity. The Gridanians being somewhat reserved by nature, at first the citizens kept their distance. But in time, people warmed to him. Patiently lent an ear to their troubles, healing hurts and offering counsel, and gradually earned their trust. Ignore the plight of those one might conceivably say is not wisdom, it is influence. Louis spoke those words, and lived up to them. He was the epitome of a Charlian sage, and I recall myself being moved. Now, shortly after we'd become aware of the meteor project, the hamlet of Quarry Mill was attacked by the primal Garuda. Both soldiers and civilians were among the casualties. The Order of the Twin Adder moved to vanquish the primal, but we're not alone. Through Louis Suave's mediation, we had the support of not only our sisters' grand companies, but capable adventurers the realm over besides. Using an artifact known as the Vortex Feather, the Archon opened the way for a band of adventurers to sally forth into Garuda's turbulent domain, where they felled the fearsome being. Upon her defeat, however, the Primal's dispersed Aether did not return to the land. Instead, it was absorbed into the Red Moon Dalamud. When the Empire constructed a new base in Mordana, the other Seedseers saw the need for decisive action and put forth a proposal. The formal reformation of the Orzian Alliance, which had for so long lain dormant. The initial response from the other nations was lukewarm at best. They felt that the burden to be borne by each party was excessive, and they were loath to do aught that would place them at a disadvantage against their rivals. The revelation that a lunar transmitter had been erected in the Imperial base prompted a change of heart. The tower controlled Dalamud's descent. If it could be destroyed, then the meteor project would be forestalled. After having constantly been on the back foot, our nations were motivated to join hands, that we might strike a decisive blow against the enemy. Thus was the Orzian Alliance reformed, as the Circle of Knowing had hoped. At the same juncture, Louis Suave was asked to join the Alliance as a tactician, and in that capacity, he provided sage counsel to heads of state. So, although he was at first treated with wariness, Louis Suave earned our trust through his actions, and paved the way to enduring cooperation between our nations. Indeed, were it not for him, y'all would have perished, divided. We owed Louis Suave a great debt. Now then, I expect you might be interested in hearing about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Let me go on a limb here and guess someone with the maelstrom can tell me. But for that tale, I would recommend you seek out another, a decorated soldier who actually took part in the operation. Although a hardened warrior, she's quite friendly, and she'd be glad to regale you with her experiences. Shall I send her word on your behalf? We'd be duly grateful. Very well. If you could take yourselves to Maelstrom Command in Limsa, I shall see to it that she knows to expect you. With that, I shall take my leave. I pray that the biography is a success. Yeah, so we're going to have had to talk to one member of each nation by the end of this. It's been more helpful than I dared to hope. Seems Louis had quite an influence on others. That interview gave us some valuable insights into his character. I'm eager to see what we learn in the next. Come, let's head to Limsa. Ordina. So another couple maps, see if anyone get us like reasonably close to Limsa. I don't know why I keep hitting that button. Western Lenosha. Well. There. Well, Western Lenosha will work for being close to Limsa. Here. Dig and dig. I'm not a dwarf, but I will dig a hole. Here you go. Open the treasure, fight the thing, kill the thing. You want to use the... Okay, there's that. Let's hop over to Limsa. What I'm willing to bet is the last stage of this. And then we'll have 3 Alexandrite trips to do. Could unlock Blue Mage, but... that is a task for another time. And there it is, Maelstrom Command. Shall we then? Ah, come. Never a sight for sore eyes. And you must mean Ananji. Shot the key. At your service. I understand you wish to hear about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Indeed. I'm penning a biography of the Archon Louis, you see, for which I'm interviewing people who had dealings with him. Really appreciate your time. You're very welcome. I'd be glad to assist you even if it wasn't a request from Lieutenant Folk. Now then, to continue where he left off, it was shortly after the Eorzean alliance was formed. Our scouts returned with the word that the 7th Legion had activated the lunar transmitter in their fortress in Wardenau. Now known as Castrum Sentry, the fortress was originally called Castrum Novum before the 14th restored and renamed it. It was in order to break through its defenses and destroy the transmitter that our three nations joined hands. We were determined to succeed. The strategy that Louis Swat proposed was elegant in its simplicity. While our main force drew the Garleans' attention with an all-out siege, an elite band of adventurers would infiltrate the castrum and make for our objective. Sounds familiar. Trusted adventurers with ridding us of the primals. Now we entrusted them with the very fate of Eorzea. Still remember the operation as if it were yesterday. Though we met with fierce resistance, we fought more fiercely still. No matter the cost, we had to ensure that the adventurers had a chance to strike at the transmitter. And when the messenger arrived bearing word that they had succeeded, it still makes my heart sore to recall that moment of triumph. Day, we learned that, by standing together, the people of Eorzea could oppose even the might of the Empire. It is no exaggeration to say that the victory paved the way for Eorzea's future. Without it, there would not have been an Operation Archon. Alas, it wasn't all glad tidings. For though we destroyed the transmitter, Neil Van Darnus appeared and claimed that he no longer needed the device to bring down Talamud, that he himself had the power to do so. So long as Van Darnus lived, the threat of destruction remained. And so, branding him an enemy to all life in Eorzea, the nations of the Alliance undertook a desperate manhunt. At length they located him in Kurthus, and sent their greatest warriors to hunt him down. Leading that formidable band was the adventurer whom they called the Warrior of Light. And though no records remain of the fierce encounter, one thing is certain. At the battle's conclusion, Neil Van Darnus was brought low. As you know, however, our wars did not end with the White Raven, for Louis Swat and his disciples determined that Talamud would continue to fall. In a last-ditch bid to prevent the realm's annihilation, the Circle of Knowing issued a request to the Eorzean Alliance to secure the Cartano Flats, where the Red Moon was expected to crash. It was no simple task, for the entirety of the 7th Legion had amassed in Cartano, but it was necessary in order to perform a ritual to stop Talamud, a ritual that invoked the power of the 12. So it was that the Battle of Cartano was joined, and I dare say you know how the tale continues. To everyone's shock, the elder primal Bahamut emerged from Talamud and proceeded to unleash his fury upon the realm. And though all bore witness as Louis Swat initiated the ritual, none remember what came to pass afterwards, neither what happened to Bahamut, nor why the realm was reborn. Haze had afflicted memories of the calamity, but people remembered events prior to that moment, yes? If so, do you know if anyone was near Louis Swat during the battle? Someone who may have spoken with him? Someone was near him, but I'm afraid I don't know. He was atop a rise for the ritual, while I was a good distance away on the front lines. My apologies. Oh no, please don't apologize. You shared a wealth of information, and I couldn't ask for more. If you're satisfied, then so am I. With that, I shall return to my duties. I look forward to reading the biography when it's finished. Now I have a grasp of the events leading up to the calamity, and yet... forgive me, I was deep in thought. In no small part due to your help, I've managed to learn a great deal. There's still more that I wish to know. Might I trouble you to accompany a little longer? If you're willing, please let me know. Okay. The end of an era framers kit. To unlock embellishments fit for an inheritor of Louis Sua's legacy, includes portrait. You'll continue accompanying me then? Wonderful. Come, let's head to the Drowning Wench to discuss our next move. Our research proceeds apace so far. We'll find things not found in literature. Tell me, based on what you've heard from our interviewees, what is your opinion of Louis Swan? A difficult task. Indeed, from an imperial invasion to rampaging primals to nail Von Darnus' scheme, you have to contend with the toughest of problems. What struck me was how grateful the interviewees were to Louis Swan for bringing their nations together in cooperation. Nothing short of necessary for our survival. Yet, in knowing this, I can't help but wonder. His capacity as a tactician, it seems to me he had done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. He went far beyond that, risking life and limb on the front lines for a land not his own. Perhaps he needed to be there for the ritual. Perhaps he felt a sense of duty. And so, as noble as it is to desire to help others, what good is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? What was it that compelled Louis Swan to go to Cartano? And what went through his mind as the battle unfolded? In order to do his biography justice, I feel I need to know these things. Louis Swan had people near him at the time. Perhaps he shared words with them in his final moments. Words that could provide some insights. Searching for such individuals, assuming they exist. Okay, Botteron, what do you got? Sorry, friends, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Just so happens I know a bloke has served among Louis Swan's guard at Cartano. Truly? You know someone who's with him? Aye. And as far as I'm aware, he wasn't keeping the fact a secret. Just for good measure, though. Why do you want to speak with him? We saw his biography, eh? In that case, I reckon the both would be willing to cooperate. Owen Gwyn comes its name, and he was a lieutenant of the Maelstrom. After the calamity, he turned to the adventuring, so as to be a greater help to the common folk. Maelstrom officer turned adventurer? We'd have been most keen to speak with him. Where might he be found? Honorn dropped in the other day. He said that he had business at the Morby dry docks. If you're lucky, might be as he's still there. Understood. We're in your debt. Can't let this chance pass us by, Archon. Let's make ourselves to the dry docks at once. Okay, but what if instead we go to Mordada? And see if a map wants to send us near Morby dry docks. Give map. Use map. Western Thanoan. The river's a dead giveaway. Somewhere around here. Further down this way? Yeah. Down. Doop, 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 doop. 40. What do you mean it banded current? What? Oh, did I try and teleport back too quickly? More. Lornant Losha. That'll do. There. Oh, Morby Dry Docks is the only teleportation point in that zone.